In this video, we'll be addressing the differences between being a spiritual person and the phenomena of going through the spiritual awakening process. Hi, I'm Kelly from spiritualawakeningsigns.com, your guide to the spiritual awakening process, and this is the question that we're answering today. So let's get started by covering a spiritual person first. A spiritual person is someone who believes that there is more to the world than what we perceive in the material. There's more than meets the eye. They believe that there's a higher ethereal power or force that we are all energetically connected to, but they're not necessarily religious. They sense that there is a greater purpose or meaning to life, and they might believe in things like fate, destiny, or synchronicities. They also align with compassion, understanding, empathy, and consideration for others. And of course, they enjoy spirituality and spiritual practices like meditation, using crystals, incense, sage, energy healing, things like that. They're not necessarily going through an awakening, although they can do, but they're generally living a spiritual life and following a spiritual path. So that's a spiritual person. Would you consider yourself to be spiritual? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your answers. So now let's cover the phenomena of actively going through the spiritual awakening process. Someone going through a spiritual awakening may have no spiritual beliefs whatsoever. They may never have believed in any higher power, ever at all, or like me, they may have been a spiritual person or had some spiritual interest to begin with. That's the difference. Unexpectedly, this process of awakening begins, and it can appear very much like a breakdown, especially at first. So their consciousness has been awoken, and ultimate truth rises to the forefront of their awareness. And all of the illusions that they held about life and about themselves start to crumble. All of the masks that hide their authentic selves begin to dissolve, and painful emotions from their past, whether it's this lifetime or even past lives, start to rise up to be acknowledged and to be healed, so that the breakdown really becomes a breakthrough. It's a positive thing. It doesn't feel positive, but it is a positive thing. It's a destruction, a literal destruction of all of the falsehoods that limit their life and their being, and bring them back into alignment with their higher divine selves, and that is their greatest equilibrium, and it's also their greatest joy. So as part of this awakening process, often suppressed psychic gifts and healing abilities actually are reactivated, and so they might have new mystical or spiritual experiences that they've never had before, which can be quite shocking. And they might feel compelled to fulfill some form of inner calling or purpose, which is often focused around those gifts or helping or healing others in some way. This process generally occurs as we come to completion of our learning through incarnation, often in our last lifetime here on earth before we ascend. And it allows us to assimilate all the knowledge and all the wisdom that we've gained from those lifetimes without the misperceptions that we may have come to as part of that learning process. Has this happened to you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Now, it may not sound particularly appealing to go through spiritual awakening because it is incredibly challenging, but there are some really amazing and wonderful blessings that can occur as part of the awakening process. So when you go through awakening, you will see truth and clarity and live in full awareness, fully aware of yourself, fully aware of your interactions with others, fully aware of your behaviours. You're really in control. You'll become kinder, more compassionate, and more understanding. You will regain those lost psychic and healing abilities, and you'll begin to align with your life purpose, generally utilising those skills and abilities and feeling really fulfilled, feeling that life has meaning for you. And also you'll be healed to the deepest level of your soul, so you'll feel unburdened, you'll feel lighter, happier, and more content and balanced as a result. It's definitely a very difficult process to go through, which is exactly why I started spiritualawakeningsigns.com, to share the things that I've learned and the ways that I've found to make that process much easier for you. It doesn't have to be that hard, and we have plenty of free resources there on the site to assist you if you're going through the awakening process right now. So that's the key difference between a spiritual person and the process of spiritual awakening. Which one are you right now? I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this. We've got some all new spirituality series videos coming out. So if you like them, please support us by clicking the bell and you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.